Bunk. Now you're getting it.
Heron.
We will be starting in just a couple minutes.
You have to whiz.
That's terrible timing.
I'll hold it for now.
Until when?
Until I get bored.
Oh, what's the Pokemon? Warts.
It is Scrafty. SCRAF.
Scrafty. I got it. T-1 minute.
Scrafty.
Well, I was expecting a big show today, and
here we are.
More are coming. Scrafty. Oh, yeah. You can see the cat right there. Taking a little bath in his bed.
Why was the hand up high?
I was moving.
Under your pit.
See?
Got it.
Oh, I was doing something here. You couldn't see the cat. Lick that cow. I'm glad he's using it now. Maybe he'll be like, oh, I can hang out down here and never come upstairs.
You'd miss him.
Scrafty?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
All right. Well, I mean, by all accounts, it's Scrafty. Ooh, okay. Look at him. Yeesh.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 560, the Scrafty Podcast.
Scrafty, it's a bipedal lizard-like Pokemon.
Well, Brain, tell us about Scrafty.
Scrafty is a bipedal lizard-like Pokemon. It has oval, wide-set eyes with small pupils and gray eyelids, as well as small nostrils and a wide mouth with bared teeth. It sports a red crest on its head, similar in appearance to a mohawk. Baggy yellow skin hangs off its shoulders, falling halfway down its back. Scrafty's body is orange, with thin arms and a gray scaled belly. Its lower body and tail are covered by loose yellow skin, resembling baggy trousers.
I know what Scrafty looks like.
On its tail,
kind of like,
yeah, kind of. It's got that. On its tail is a single.
Does it kind of look like a lizard?
Red scale, yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's got that mouth that, like, you know, the front teeth are always dry because the lips don't cover it.
You could, like, touch them and it's like...
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You couldn't do that to me. Slippery as heck. Scrafty is powerful enough to kick through concrete blocks and can also spit acidic liquid from its mouth. It can protect itself while attacking by pulling up or folding the loose skin around its waist.
There are more people coming. There will be music today, and the new person is on their way. Yes, we will get to that in a second.
Scrafty lives in groups with many other members of its species. Spices. Groups determine hierarchy by crest size, with the Scrafty having the largest crest becoming the leader. A group will attack anything that comes within its territory. Scrafty is number 560. He's labeled as a hoodlum Pokemon. He's a dark fighting type. His abilities include Shed Skin or Moxie, and its hidden ability is Intimidate. 50-50 male to female ratio. 3 feet tall, 66 pounds. I mean, that's all you need to know, really.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
Its Pokedex color is red. Its base friendship, want to take a guess?
Neutral.
30. 70, I mean.
What the hell just happened to you? Master of Wizard?
Sure.
Hello.
Base experience yield, 171. Its leveling range, medium fast.
Hello, TAW and Steel Diver and Mickey Mouse and Link Triforce and whoever else I missed in there. Zero Skill 3D and Jord and everybody else that joins us. Thank you for joining us. Yes, so as I said on the site and on Twitter and in other places, first off, there are more people coming to the podcast. There are supposedly 3 people coming. And unfortunately, all 3 are late. Why are they late? I don't know. You tell me. Well, the only one that I'll say has a valid excuse is PC. She's been at Pep Boys.
At PB all day.
She's been at PB all day. She was at Pep Boys getting her car worked on. And she went there like super early in the morning and has been there pretty much all day.
Isn't that the worst?
She was planning on like, I'll get this done early, get everything taken care of, then I can get home and get myself ready for the podcast and head on over because she's a big fan of doing a podcast. But Pep Boys had a different plan for her, so she will be here eventually, just not right now. And then the others just lame excuses. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
hello, Skull Sid. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna call the new person. I haven't talked to them about a name or anything. They don't even know anything about like what. They just know it's a podcast. That's all I know. I guarantee they don't know that there's video, so that's gonna be real fun.
I think it'll be all right.
But they will be here shortly, hopefully. The new person will probably be the first one here, if I had to guess. Mom Brain, thanks for joining us.
Sure.
Thanks for being on time.
Of course.
How'd you make it on time?
I came downstairs.
Oh, that's right. You live where the podcast happens.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for putting up with the podcast when you have a recovering voice.
Thanks. You know, I really thought that it was going to be bad. I really thought it was going to be bad by today. You're
getting pretty close to normal. You're not there yet, but you're getting a lot. You're definitely a lot better than you were 3 days ago.
Yeah, you know what? It was the first day was terrible and it got better. Usually I'm good for like once a year. I lose my voice. And
yeah, it happens to me every few years. You know, you get all allergies and all that. So.
That's what it is.
Dang allergies. And plus we're old now, so our bodies are so susceptible to different diseases that we could just drop dead at any time. Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing. Okay, never mind. Nothing at all.
What? Oh, boy. Where did that go? Where did you put that? Where did you put that?
I put it on Twitter. It had Kirby music. You're dancing for Friday. You act like you were naked. You were fully clothed.
But I wasn't wearing a bra.
So what?
Thanks.
You're allowed. If you have you're acting like you have a tank top on. You have a shirt, like a regular shirt.
My tits were flopping around.
Well, people liked it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You had no idea it happened until now. You know, when you're around me and I'm using Snapchat, that nothing's sacred.
But a Snapchat is like, you know,
what?
Only goes to friends that we know in person.
Are you saying?
And doesn't last.
Well, here's the other.
Twitter could be viewed by anyone.
Here's the other thing.
Like my students could go and find that.
Snapchat doesn't just go to anybody, or only go to friends. If you put it on your story and people know your name, then they can go see it.
But what if, like?
All right, here's the real question. Do you think I would put anything extra sensitive on Twitter?
No, I don't. But.
TW says, but I wasn't wearing a bra. Is that obligational in the States? Yes, mandatory. There's people that come to your house and make sure all the women are wearing bras. Otherwise, straight to jail.
I mean, it's just the things flopping around.
You have such a weird view of yourself. That's all that was going on. You dancing to Kirby music. The end. Mitchy Mouse, you didn't get me in trouble. Everything's fine. I've sent out much worse Snapchat stuff of Mom Brain before.
How about that time that you scared the piss out of me? That was great. You came around the corner.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, with Snapchat?
Was it Snapchat? It must have been. I don't know what it was. Well, anyway, you came around the corner and scared the you-know-what out of me.
Hello, Combo Meal. Thanks for joining us. Oh, all right. Let's get to some Nintendo news. First let's talk about stuff that's new on the site as far as Nintendo goes.
Anything you want to tell them about my personal life that they don't know?
Talk
to them about my bits.
You worked on podcast music today. There will be a music trivia section, which the people seem to enjoy.
Well, if other people show up.
Why? Can't I just do it?
No, you can't just do it.
It's gonna happen. Kamomile says he's here now, so the podcast can start.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's no official GoNintendo Snapchat because I don't know what the hell I would show. Like, there's not like...
That'd be fun, don't you think?
Yeah, but what would it be? Like, here's a Snapchat of me playing a game. Here's a Snapchat of me playing a game, too.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I've thought about it before. I just don't know what content I would fill it with. So, hello, Rocket. Thanks for joining us. We have the latest episode of Egg Busters, where Name of Austin checks out Sonic Adventure 2, or Sonic Adventure 2 DX, whatever. But it's Sonic Adventure 2, and he tries a couple of glitches in there. Well, he tries to replicate a couple of glitches. I'm not going to tell you how they go. But I will tell you that he loses his mind while he's doing it. And while I feel bad for him losing his mind, I also enjoy it for its entertainment value. So you can check that out. That's on his YouTube channel, That One Show Fun, or you can check it out on GoNintendo, and we have it in our Go Original Content section, the name I still hate, but it's never changed. Just click the little picture of Austin up at the top of the site. It's the cartoon picture of him, and the one furthest to the left will take you to the newest episode of Eggbusters. So check that out, and go subscribe to him, and be nice, and tell him you love him, and... be a fan.
And on your knees and tell me you love me.
Because he's more than deserving of your attention. Kamomile says, considering most Snapchats are just white girls doing nothing, RMC playing games would be a nice change of pace.
I was a white girl doing nothing.
Hello, K Hold Stare 77. Hello, Joe Shabadoo. Wow. Wow. I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I don't think there'd be much value to it. Not that everything has to have, deep levels of value to it, but I don't know. I think people will get tired of it quickly. So check out that Eggbusters. And then on top of that, there's the new episode of Parents Play, where I sat down with my mom and dad and let them try out Super Meat Boy, which is coming out on the Wii U this coming week. Obviously, that game was supposed to come out on WiiWare a very long time ago, and then things got all screwed up and blah, blah, blah. You know the rest of the story. So there's never been a Nintendo system that had Super Meat Boy on it, but now there is. Next week, you'll be able to grab it on the Wii U. And we hear rumblings of it coming to the 3DS as well, although nothing official. But it certainly seems like there are people that are in the know that are making that project happen. But next week, Super Meat Boy on Wii U. So I had my parents play it because the guys at Team Meat were nice enough to give us an early copy of the game. And I knew I wanted my parents to play because I knew it was going to make for a fantastic episode. And it did. It's extremely funny. It's got more curses than any other episode. I guarantee that. My mom and dad cursed a lot more in this episode. They also laughed and joked. And it was a really good episode. Really, really enjoyed it. So you can check that out in the Go Original Content section. And again, thank you to Team Meat for supporting us with that code. And I believe we're going to be giving you guys a chance to win some codes next week. That was the discussion going on a couple days ago. So we should have some codes for a giveaway. We'll do one on the podcast and on the site and on Twitter and Instagram. So you have multiple chances to win. And also worth pointing out, if you played Super Meat Boy when it originally came out on, I guess, was Xbox Live Arcade back then, the version of it now that is available on Wii U has a different soundtrack. And I don't know where the break in the timeline is for where the soundtrack changed, but I know there were some issues with the rights to the soundtrack from the original, and they couldn't include it in the new versions because I believe it's available on PlayStation Network for PS4, and it might be available on Xbox One. So there were soundtrack rights that changed, and now the Wii U version has the new soundtrack as well. So even if you played the original, in this version, you get a brand new soundtrack. So that might be something to consider when you're deciding if you want to purchase again or not. So check out those videos. Super Meat Boy, My Parents Play, and Name of Austin, Eggbusters, Sonic Adventure 2, DX Special Edition, super awesome, Big the Cat, whatever. So check those out. Hello, Colma. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's get into the regular news. You know, I've been watching some YouTube. Well, I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, but lately there's all that discussion of drama going on YouTube, and I've come to learn more about who Keemstar is, which is this big YouTube channel that it's basically like TMZ but for YouTube personalities, and he's quite popular.
That sounds really juicy.
I've noticed that I kind of start the news section of the show like he does, and I didn't know that. Obviously, I've been doing it longer than he has, but I sound like him because he's like, let's get right to the news or something like that. And I honestly find it a little bit annoying, but we have Nintendo news here. No drama. No drama, Mumry. My Nintendo got updated with new rewards in North America and Europe. Would you like to hear what they are, Mumry?
Sure.
North America, you can get 15% off Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. You can get 15% off Super Mario Galaxy 2, 15% off Pikmin 3, 15% off Dr. Luigi, and 15% off Mini Mario's.
Dr. Luigi!
That's right. That's my dad would say. 15% off Mini Mario, Minis on the Move. 30% off on Triforce Heroes, Tomodachi Life, Wonderful 101, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and Metroid Prime Trilogy. 30% off the Metroid Prime Trilogy. That's a deal.
That's 10% off each.
Over in Europe, 10% off Fire Emblem Fates. You have the options of 20% off or 40% off Captain Toad, and 20% off Animal Crossing New Leaf. So obviously all these require different amounts of platinum and gold to take advantage of, and you can get that full list on the site. But if any of those games sound interesting to you and you have a My Nintendo account and you don't already have those games, now you have a great excuse to get them. You can I hit the wrong button.
Sounded like you were powering down.
So now you have an excuse to check them out. Cheaper and digital and great stuff. Top rated comment comes from Fred Duck, who has who has an avatar of a dog.
But his name is Duck.
I know. It's very confusing. I don't get it. Fred Duck says, I don't see why people are unhappy that Nintendo's offering its loyal customers generous discounts on digital products that cost them nothing to warehouse or ship and can't be sold or traded. All the major publishers keep telling us digital is the future. Digital is the future. Isn't it so much better to eliminate that pesky secondhand market and physical products so that you don't have to worry about popping a little card into your system? I mean, other than the SD card? Well, that's a debate for another day. Well, you know, I like physical media just because I like to, I like to have something to display on a shelf. And I like to be able to walk up to that shelf and be like, what's here? What do I got? What can we play? And when it's on digital, it definitely, you lose some of that. And it makes sifting through the content a little more challenging. And, plus there's storage issues there as well. Not that there's not like storage issues with physical media, because as you can see over here, there definitely is. But, digital, I often find myself forgetting what I have. And I think a lot of the companies recognize that and play to that as a strength. They put things on sale and you go through an impulse purchase and buy it just because it's 30% off or whatever, and then you never actually play it. Then you forget that you even have it until you go through and do some management on your digital stuff, and you're like, oh my God, I downloaded this 6 months ago and I never even played it. Again, not that doesn't happen with physical media, but that is, on a shelf somewhere. You can actually see it and pass by it and you know that it's there. With digital stuff, it's just, represented on a screen somewhere on the internet. So it's a little different. I get both sides of the argument. I like that there's the options for physical and digital.
I mean, I find the same with my books. I love having all of my books that I love on my Kindle so that I have them everywhere I go, and I like that I can have the Kindle app on my devices, so even if I'm on my Kindle, I can still read my books. But the books that I love, I need to have a physical copy of as well.
Yeah.
The way. And, well, I guess a book is a little different in that when you consume a physical copy of a book,
you actually eat it.
Yeah. You can mark the pages and whatnot, which you wouldn't be doing with the game.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's certain games that come out where you're like, yeah, I'm going to get that. And then there's other games that are really important to you or you're really interested in. You're like, I want a physical copy of
a Zelda game. I wouldn't want just a digital copy of a Zelda game.
Yes, I would want physical copies of Zelda
Although
games.
I don't mind.
Really all major first party, I want physical copies of.
I wouldn't mind a digital copy of a remaster or a re-release of a game.
So like Twilight Princess HD,
Right,
you can
right.
do digital.
That would be.
But then again, you're missing out on that amiibo.
Well, but that's neither here nor there.
Like there's certain franchises that are very important to me, and I want to actually have the physical box and disc or cartridge, whatever it's going to end up being. Like on the Shantae Half Genie Hero Kickstarter, WayForward just announced that they're in discussions to release a physical copy of the game, which is a huge deal because we haven't seen, at least in the States, we haven't seen a physical Shantae release since the original, to my knowledge, the one on Game Boy Color. That was a physical release published by Capcom, and since then Shantae, well, it took a long time for Shantae to come back, but now Shantae's a digital thing. But it sounds like there are companies interested in working with WayForward to publish a physical copy at retail, which is awesome. Colma says, when Nintendo sends you codes for early review and preview, do you ever rebuy the game to have it physical? Yeah, I've done that, definitely. There's been a few that I want to have a physical copy of, so I get it. Like I said, some Zelda stuff specifically. Trying to think of other examples. But it definitely happens. There are, like Super Mario 3D World. Like I want to have a physical copy of that. So there are titles where even if I already own digital or have easy access to digital or got digital for a review copy or whatever, there are certain ones I want to get retail. This week's European downloads. What did our friends in Europe get? Come on, Brain. Oh, I said it. Digital downloads. I'm not supposed to say it. This week's downloads on Wii U and 3DS. What did Europe get?
Well, I don't know.
They got, I'm telling you, this is perfect. You listen to this podcast because you don't know.
Because I don't know.
And then I'll tell you.
Okay.
They got Pocket Card Jockey. This is a unique crossbreed of a game that combines the thrill of horse racing with the classic card game Solitaire. With colorful characters and intuitive controls, you don't have to be a pro jockey to experience the thrill of the race. I will be talking about that. What kind of comment is that to make? I will be talking about that later today because I've been playing this game. And just for those that don't know, it is made by Game Freak, the Pokemon people. There's a free demo for The Legend of Dark Witch 2. Legend of Dark Witch 2 retains its simple controls and enough challenges to satisfy the completionist. Players have 8 stages to choose from and must use shots. That's capital letters minus the final S. S-H-O-T capital and then S. I don't know what it is. To make their way through a variety of obstacles to reach the boss enemy. Within each stage there are hidden, Purasaiga, which are helpful to power up player characters. You know, standard power up stuff. Purasaiga. Special deals on stuff. Wii U got Sweetest Thing. Enjoy Sweetest Thing, a sugar-coated time management game.
Sweetest Thing.
I'll give any game a try, but if there's one thing you could say to turn me off right in the beginning, it would be time management game. Ants have invaded Candyland. The town square's chocolate fountain has run dry, and gingerbread houses are starting to crumble. It's time to call in the sugar repair engineer. Travel to Cupcake State, Chocolate Shire, and Jelly City to rebuild a candy realm. Gather, fix, and build. Isn't it sweet? I wish Lube was here to hear about this because he's always looking for that chocolate factory in Super Mario Brothers.
My photo of the day.
What a nice day for a nap, says Mom Brain's me photo. Lego Marvel's Avengers, the classic Black Panther pack, is available for download. That is not free. It is paid DLC. And obviously involves the Black Panther. Reptilian Rebellion is available on Wii U. The Reptilian Rebellion has just started. Wait, don't you know what reptilians are? There are thousands of these green lizard men living among us, human beings. But now they have become too dangerous and want to eat our brains. Don't let reptilians rule the world and send them to hell.
Wow.
So it says specifically, send them to hell. Pentapuzzle is available from RC Madix. It's an exciting and challenging game of shapes. You must solve each puzzle by twisting and turning pieces of blocks to fit into desired spaces. Over 70 levels to explore with varying degrees of difficulty. Challenge yourself today and see how many puzzles you can solve. Fun for the whole family, you know. all families love twisting blocks and fitting them into spaces. It's a time-honored tradition.
That's correct.
Well, to tell you the truth, we played Art of Balance.
That was a fun
with my parents, and that was a lot of fun. It's very easy to. I don't know how Pentapuzzle is, but Art of Balance was very easy for everybody to pick up and play. The Humble Friends of Nintendo bundle was something where it was a new Humble Bundle option where you could grab a whole bunch of digital Wii U and eShop games for a very cheap price. But the games you were getting were excellent, wonderful content. And this is the second bundle that Nintendo has done with the Humble Bundle people. But the difference with this one is it was available. I don't think it was available in Japan, but Europe and Australia and North America, obviously, is available there, which is different from the first Humble Bundle, which was only available in North America. So they changed things up. They heard what the fans said, and obviously fans around the world were like, "Can we get in on this bundle?" So it took some time, but they made it happen. And this bundle was a much bigger success than the last one, obviously, because it could reach more people. The Humble Friends of Nintendo bundle managed to hit $1 million in revenue. It's past that now. I think it ended at like 1.3 million, something like that. But it broke the $1 million barrier, which is awesome. Number of purchases at the time that this story was published, there were over 102,000 bundles sold. So again, those bundles include multiple games, and if you picked it up later in the week and pledged over a certain amount, you got 3 more bonus games on top of it. The average purchase price was $9.75. So people that were buying the bundle spent around $9 to get the bundle. And if you break it down between platforms, Windows, Mac, and Linux, the people that paid the most were the Mac users. They donated, or they paid an average of $10.60. The Linux users paid $10.51, and the Windows users paid an average of $9.37. So Windows users the cheapest.
And that's a decent difference between Mac and Windows users.
Yeah, between Windows and Linux. Look at that. Between Mac and Windows and Linux and Windows, you're talking about over $1 difference between both platforms. So Windows users much cheaper, but still, it's $1 difference. So I have a whole bunch of those codes to give away too, because you guys are so nice. Some of you that bought the bundles emailed me and gave me tips on the site to say that you had purchased a bundle, but there's some codes in there for games that you already have. So you gave me the codes, and you said I can give them to whoever I want and deal with them however I want. So I'm going to put together a big thing this week where you guys will have a chance to win some codes for pretty. As far as I saw, you'll have a chance to win every game that's in the Humble Bundle. Somebody, at least one, mostly more than one, people were sending me codes for every game in there. So you'll have a chance to win specifically one of the ones you're looking forward to if you didn't get in on this bundle. Bear has the first comment, and he says, they finally did it right and didn't leave any Western 3DS users out of this thing. I hope we will see more like this on Wii U and 3DS and even NX. Now I'm waiting for the Steam sale. Now I'm waiting for a Steam sale-like eShop event, and we're all set. So he wants an eShop sale where prices are slashed in exorbitant amounts for a number of days, and you get in there and grab some great deals. Hello, Steister. There's a name I haven't seen in a while. We did that. What's this? VVV has been pulled from the 3DS eShop. That's the game with the it's not even 8-bit. It's like less than 8-bit. The little guy that flips upside down. He walks on the floor and he walks on the ceiling, and there's all kinds of puzzles. Thank you, Steister. I appreciate it. That game was pulled from the 3DS eShop, and the creator of the game, Terry Cavanaugh, took to Twitter to explain what's going on. And I should also point out that this game was published by Nicholas, our sponsor. By the way, that's coming to an end when May is over. Our year-long sponsorship with Nicholas is over. We're done. We hate each other, and we're never working together ever again. So we'll be going back to our more traditional route. What are you looking at me for?
I didn't know that.
Oh. I told you this, yeah. I've been talking to John about different deals, and
All right.
you know why you don't. This is the honest reason why you don't know this. Because when I tell you you're usually playing Mitomo, and you're like, yes, you're like, yeah, oh, okay. So Terry Kavanaugh went on Twitter and said, so apparently there's a way to use VVV on 3DS to run homebrew. Apparently it's not really a big deal because it's not a primary exploit, as in you still need another game or something, blah, blah. Hopefully that means I won't need to patch anything. And he says, if you're into doing 3DS homebrew, it's possible to load VVV player levels onto the 3DS version. So he's saying basically, not a big deal, but big enough for it to be removed, and hopefully he doesn't have to do anything. But this homebrew stuff lets you actually load user levels into the game as well. So there's a bit of a silver lining there. But when is the game going to return? I don't know. Will it have to be patched? I don't know. So hopefully you got it, because if you didn't get it, you can't get it right now. CG Sasuke says, Projects Cross Zone, and now this. Damn, I missed it. Yeah. That's the other one, Project Cross Zone 2. Or no, the original, Project Cross Zone. We don't know why the hell it was removed from the eShop. It just disappeared. I have no idea what happened. It's gone. You can't get it anymore. Bandai Namco hasn't talked about where it went. I don't get it. So this is a story I've been watching develop for a little while. Hello, Kirby.
Hey, guys.
This is a story that's been developing for a while.
Hi.
Everybody was like, are there more people coming? Is there going to be music today? I said, yes, there will be people coming. So this has been going on for a while. I've been watching it as it develops, and finally had enough reason to put something together on it. So there is this stuff called esports, where guys play video games for money, and they do it competitively, and thank you. They they play on big grand stages and hopefully win lots of cash. But a lot of that
big money, big prizes.
Big money, big prizes. Good luck, you'll need it. There are tournaments in Europe, obviously, but there's the esports scene is really taking off in North America right now. And it has a greater variety of games that are being played in these tournaments, including Smash Brothers. So there's a lot of people around the world that come to North America to play this kind of stuff and enter the tournaments. But the problem is, for people coming over from different parts of the world, you need a visa to come here and work, because that is your profession, or one of your professions. You're just like any athlete, if you're in the Olympics and you're going to the Olympics in another country, you need to get a visa, you need to get your paperwork in order. And apparently a lot of people are having troubles getting their visas because right now esports play, I don't want to say with every game or every instance, but more often than not, it seems people are having problems getting their visa because it's denied, because the esports recognition doesn't tie in with traditional sports recognition. So what you would be able to get a visa for with regular sports does not apply to esports. So this is the first time he's sat here. So it's, I don't know. Something has to be done, obviously. I just don't know how it's going to happen. But what has happened right now is there's been a petition started for the White House to, there's that what is it? I forget what the website is. It's probably like whitehouse.gov or something.
I believe it's .gov.
You can start petitions there, and if they reach a certain amount of signatures, then the White House has to officially reply to it. They don't have to solve the issue. They just have to acknowledge it by replying to the
Trump?
To the petition.
Oh, not that issue.
That's not an issue we would bring up on this podcast.
Yeah.
So the petition right now has 52,000 signatures, and it needs 100,000 altogether. So it's more than halfway there. Needs to get those signatures by May 29th. So it's got plenty of time. And this petition says that esports should be recognized as legitimate sports so that players can get their visas. They don't have to. We don't necessarily have to have a governing body say, yes, esports are exactly the same as regular sports. I don't think they have to say that. I'm not even sure I agree with that as well. But I think there should be recognition for these players to be able to go and play where they want to, or where they're competing for, different sponsorships. They have sponsors, and their sponsors are like, okay, hey, you're going to this tournament, we'll sponsor you there, and then they try and get them there, and they go to do their paperwork, and they get denied. So obviously there's an issue that needs to be worked out. And this is coming to the forefront right now through a competitive Smash Brothers player, William Leffen. Oh boy. Let's just say Yelt. William Yelt, better known as Leffen, had his visa denied for one of the tournaments. So he made a video about it, brought some attention to it. And now the petitions are starting, people trying to get things changed. So we will see what happens, but something definitely needs to change. JD has the top rated comment, and JD says, while I support the intentions, I honestly don't believe sitting on your butt and operating a game controller could be called a sport. Well,
whoa.
Well,
thanks, Colin Coward.
What?
Oh.
All dressed up. Did you dress up like this for the podcast?
Absolutely not. Hello, everybody.
You need. Well, you don't need
Careful,
a podcast
that's hot.
name.
Don't burn yourself.
You want me to just call you your regular name?
Shimmy Shanks, that is.
All right.
Jimmy Shanks it is.
All right. Well, obviously we're in the middle of the show. I'll put the camera right on you so everybody can.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi.
What's up?
Good to meet you. My name is Grant Kirby.
Shanks.
So he's
Named like my name.
That's a good name.
That's an honest name.
he's Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah, I just go by my last name.
She's my brain, and I'm Romy. Obviously, it doesn't matter. And I pretend like it matters that we say the stupid names, but it's not true.
Like a raw meat cowboy.
Yes.
Precisely.
So
I know.
we'll see what happens with the petition. Like I said, they got until May 29th to do it. We also have a rumor about the Nintendo NX. Obviously, it's only rumor because Nintendo hasn't said anything official yet. But there's a company. What the hell's the company? Macronix, I think, is the company. They're working with Nintendo to produce all kinds of crap for the development of. They're working on NX in some way. We just don't know what they're doing. But it involves ROM storage, and people are reading this information. People smarter than me, and they're looking into exactly what the company's doing, and they're saying it could point to the NX having or not having an optical drive. It would actually use cartridges like an old school Nintendo system, but it wouldn't use NES cartridges. It'd be like something on the 3DS, little cards like that, but higher capacity. So that's just rumor right now. We know for sure that the company is working with Nintendo on something related to the NX. We just don't know what exactly. JB Mind Trick has the first comment, and he says, I guess, oh boy, this is a real long one. I would welcome a digital-only solution, especially if part of the NX's appeal will be to replace the 3DS in some form. It's so much more convenient to access games digitally than hauling cartridges around. Now, Nintendo would absolutely have to introduce it in a way that would be forward compatible to future versions of the system and not rebuy all this garbage. Additionally, they would have to incorporate in some method of constant access like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth through a network system and be able to parse out the games that you aren't downloading 64 gigs of data to play. It would have to be similar to Apple TV in that you download the portions of the game you need to play immediately. Yeah, like I said, this is just rumor for right now. We'll see what happens. But obviously, Nintendo's very familiar with cartridges. All their portable systems use them.
So we know it's coming out almost exactly a year from now. So,
March, yeah, sometime in March.
So when are we gonna know? When are these rumors?
So when are we gonna know? What's
You know what
out?
I mean? How long before it comes out? This is not like it's gonna be a
What, the
total
information?
surprise the day it comes out. We're gonna know everything we need to know about it well before it comes out.
It's Nintendo. You probably know 80% of it.
Well, but enough to make a decision about whether you want to spend.
Oh yeah, they're
hard-earned
gonna
money
have
on it.
they'll have an event where they.
Right. So when is
tell
that
you
gonna
about
happen? What are we expecting? 3 months before?
Well, it's Nintendo, so they can do the week before. Nintendo's weird. I don't know. If I had to guess, October. I'd guess around October, November, somewhere like that. Because it's not going to be available during the holiday season, so why not do it then anyway? Get people talking about it. But yeah, for sure, Nintendo has said they're going to have their own event where the NX is discussed. Now, I don't know if that means digital event. I don't know if that means, something press can actually go to and check it out. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to handle it differently than the Wii U, I can tell you that much. And last week, you were asking about E3
Yeah.
and what Nintendo's plans were. Well, they gave...
I mean, I wasn't asking about it. I was saying that I'm not sure I agree with it.
Well, they gave some more details this week, and they should make you angry.
Wonderful.
So they clarified what we were talking about last week as far as what they're doing at E3. We know that Zelda Wii U is going to be the only playable game at the show. So they said that's going to kick off at 9 a.m. June 14th. That's a Tuesday.
It's the last day of school.
And that is usually the day Nintendo has their press conference. Nintendo has been using the same slot for their press conference or their digital event for years now. So their live stream event is going to kick off at that same time, and it says Reggie's going to be there, and it's going to be dedicated to a day of live stream gameplay to Legend of Zelda. So as far as we can tell, that's what's going to happen. There's not going to be a traditional digital event. It's just going to be like, boom, here's Zelda, and they're going to play Zelda. I don't know. Nintendo's Scott Moffat says, this year at E3, we're treating people to an immersive Zelda experience. By giving attendees extended hands-on time with this remarkable game, they'll be able to get a much deeper understanding of something new for the franchise. So we don't know how much of this is really Nintendo saying like, well, we're working on the NX and we need more time, and how much of it is this Zelda's really different and we really want to explain it to people. But Reggie's going to be there. And the Treehouse Live, or the official E3 site says there's going to be like 3 days of stuff, but I don't know what the hell it's going to be. Like 3 days of Zelda? I got no idea. They say it's going to be on YouTube and Twitch like usual. And they say the footage will include game coverage, behind-the-scenes info, and plenty of fun. So,
I mean, what do we mean? I mean, fun for
what do you
who?
mean by fun?
Fun for the people who get to play? I mean, what?
And
Sit here
Nintendo's
and
running.
watch something that I really want, but I can't have. Like, yay!
That's E3 in general. That's what all of E3 is.
Some people might find it fun.
Yeah, I like watching it. Yeah, that's what E3 is. Literally, everybody puts on a press conference about, hey, here's stuff you're going to maybe play in 2 years. Like, look at The Last Guardian for, well, it was PS3, and it's still not out. It's PS4. We're still only seeing that at E3. So that's what E3 is about, and that's why it's gotten some criticism, because companies will show games that completely change by the time they come out, or they never come out.
Oh, yeah. It's
Are they
vaporware, right?
Yeah, like Duke Nukem was for a million years until, what's that company? You know, the Borderlands people.
2K?
2K, well, they published.
Gearbox?
Gearbox, that sounds right. Yeah, and then they finally said, all right, we'll make it, and then they made it terrible.
Remember the movie The Wizard?
I do.
When they had the Power Glove and they revealed Super Mario Brothers 3
That
in the movie before the release of the game,
And it was actually
and it
playable.
made it so much more magical.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that movie was just like a big marketing ploy now.
Now, genius
at the
back
time,
then.
I remember seeing the commercials, and I was like, oh my God, I have to see this movie.
Right, of course.
What year did that come out?
You got it. If you look it
Wait,
up.
so was the Power Glove?
I love the glove.
Was it already out when that movie?
I don't remember. I
Or were they marketing?
don't
it?
remember.
The badass
It had
kid
to
had it
be.
in a case, though,
If,
and it opened.
if they were showing like Super Mario Brothers 3 in that movie, the Power Glove had to
I
be
think
out
it was
by
out.
then.
Yeah.
89.
Oh, I was gonna guess 88.
It came out 89?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so we were
Oh, maybe
7.
the Power Glove was like new.
And we were like old enough. We were not quite old enough to really like get it, but old enough to get it. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know what you mean.
You know, like
I never
when
got it
you're-
because my parents didn't buy it for me.
Well, but when you're 7,
I didn't really get it.
When you're 7, you're like, wow, this is cool. But when you're like 13 and that comes out, you're like, wow, like you really understand the enormity
Maybe
of the
you were.
situation.
I remember seeing like the movie where he plays like Rad Racer with it or something.
Yes.
Wasn't it? He's
Yeah,
like
he was
driving.
driving,
Yeah.
yes.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then when you actually get it, you're like, wow,
This
this
sucks.
thing's terrible. Yeah, my parents never got me one. I played somebody else's, and they were like, yeah, it sucks. I was like, no, the commercials are great. And you put it on, you're like, oh. Because most of the games you put it on, and like you just play with the controller.
Yeah, you had to use the D-pad
regularly.
anyway.
My friend Danielle down the street, she had the Power Glove and she had the Power Pad. Like, you know,
Oh.
you run
Now,
on.
see, Power
I mean,
Pad was fun.
She's an older brother, so. you
The
know.
precursor to DDR minutes. Really.
That's right.
Yeah. What was it?
Like
Track and
track and
field?
field, yeah.
Yeah, we played track and field.
And they
And
had
hacky
like
sack, you get hacky sack on it.
they had
Really?
like
That's so like.
it was like
Track
some
and field
like
is boring in real life.
some like aerobics game too, or like
I'm sure.
exercise game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Besides track and field, I don't know what the hell else was on it, but everybody played that. And that's something else I didn't have, but I played it on other people's. Like the DeVitas, they. Oh, I should get theirs. They're not using it. I'd love to do that.
Well, I'll have Zoe 2 weekends.
That's right. Yeah, you could go in there and steal it. But yeah, all that motion control stuff. Nintendo was doing that stuff years before they actually made it a little more sophisticated and tried something.
So I came late. The NX, that's portable or that's their new system?
We don't know yet.
Oh, know nothing about that.
I'll tell you everything we know about the NX. It's their new system. Is it a portable or console? Oh, nobody knows. It's coming out in March. They said that. That's all I got for you.
That's that.
I think that's about it. Yeah. Oh, NX is not the name.
NX is not official. It doesn't sound.
It's their code name. Yeah. So I don't know what the real name is going to be, but
a lot of thought went into that one. The next.
Was it Dolphin? Did we do Project Dolphin?
Oh,
when
that was
Dream
GameCube.
Oh.
Was it?
Yeah. We was the Revolution.
Revolution, and then
Wii U was Project Cafe.
Cafe. That was it.
Yeah, Dolphin was GameCube. I don't remember what the 64 was. I guess it was just the Ultra 64 because that was going to be the name, and then they changed it at the last minute. Colma says Dolphin was GameCube, Cafe was Wii. Was somebody look up, was N64 the Ultra, just the Ultra 64? Colma says yes.
We've been through a lot of systems.
So when we started the podcast, we were covering rumors of the Revolution.
Yeah.
Somebody on Twitter was just talking to me. N64 was Project Reality. That's it. Thank you, Rocket and Zero Skill 3D. Somebody on Twitter was just talking to me, and they were like, we're covering a lot of NX rumors on the podcast, and they were saying they went back to the old podcast to listen to the beginning. They heard us talk about the rumors of the Revolution and all that stuff. They're like, man, it was crazy back then.
The Revolution.
No, we don't need to talk about that.
What?
Dackhill has first comment. He says, I'm extremely baffled by Nintendo's decision to dedicate E3 2016 to only, in bold, The Legend of Zelda on Wii U and NX, instead of also dedicating E3 2016 with upcoming non-playable 3DS and Wii U games as well, unless there's a Nintendo Direct coming up soon. Yeah, that's another point. We could do that. Or we could see that. I don't know if there's going to be. Nintendo did that at one E3. They were like, hey, digital. They weren't even calling it a digital event. They were like, hey, press conference on Tuesday. And then they're like, oh, by the way, here's a special video on Sunday. So that could happen. That's true. We don't know. But yeah, as of right now, we know Zelda, and that's it. And that's something else we know about NX. The new Zelda game is going to launch on Wii U and NX.
Really?
So, just like Twilight Princess did with the GameCube and the Wii. So that's like, we know other games are going to it, obviously, but that's like an official confirmed game. North America, this week's downloads on Wii U and 3DS. What did we get? We got Pocket Card Jockey, which I already told you about. On the Wii U Virtual Console is Style Savvy.
How many Style Savvies have
you guess?
there been? 4?
Final answer?
Yeah.
3.
Oh,
and we've only gotten 2 of them. This is the original. This is the one I wore your dress for in that video.
Well, what is it?
Remember that? Somebody was asking me, "You're gonna wear a dress again?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe."
That's a great.
Style Savvy, the DS game, is available on the Wii U Virtual Console. On the new 3DS and new 3DS XL, you can get Super Punch Out. So again, that's not regular 3DS. That's not 2DS. That's only new 3DS and new 3DS XL. If this is confusing, it should be because you haven't heard any of this. There's the 3DS.
Yes.
There's the 2DS, which is the same thing as the 3DS, but it doesn't do 3D. But you can still play all the same games.
Okay.
Then there's the new 3DS. That's actually its name, new 3DS.
Yeah,
okay.
And the new 3DS XL. And those have like more buttons and more processing power, but they're actually called new, which makes everything really confusing.
I guess getting a job at Nintendo marketing must be.
Right? And whoever's, they could use some fresh faces in there. Sales and a whole bunch of stuff like usual. New DLC for Fire Emblem Fates. We just started the Map Pack 2 DLC. So the first wave of DLC is done, and we're starting off with the second wave, which gives you the Endless Dreams DLC. That's available right now.
That one sounds better.
Yes,
Well, let me tell you about it. The Endless Dreams map, available for 50 cents. Kana is lost and alone, and she must find allies quickly. Get off there.
Whoa.
Also new this week, Escape from Flare Industries on the Wii U, Midnight 2 on Wii U, Pixel Maker on Wii U, Space Roads on Wii U, and Sudoku and Permudoku? The hell is Permudoku?
There's another Doku now?
I guess so. And The Beggar's Ride is on Wii U. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what any of this stuff is. If you go to Nintendo's YouTube channel, you can check out some videos of Midnight 2 and Space. What did I say? Space Runners? Space Roads. He's got videos of those. First comment comes from _Kirby.
Oh.
And he talks about Nintendo Badge Arcade because there's new stuff. Well, I'll give you the blurb. Nintendo Badge Arcade starting today. Get thank you badges featuring everyone's favorite Nintendo Badge Arcade employee, the Arcade Bunny. This is during Thank You Campaign Week. Automatically receive thank you badges for each $1 spent, up to a maximum of $4 and 4 badges. Campaign ends May 25th. And
Somebody unearthed your IGN blog.
_Kirby says, pay to get thank you badges? We can't even win these? Didn't we just have like a millionth download thank you already? Does it come with a theme at least? Because unless I see tons of badges I want to get, $4 is too steep for a game like this. Some may say any amount of money spent is too steep for a game like this. That's true, and some might say that it's not steep enough. Yeah, it's a game for free. You don't have to put any money into it if you don't want to.
There's a pool in the back.
There's a pool in the back. The World Video Game Hall of Fame has inducted new games for their 2016 class. So here are the games that were inducted. Grand Theft Auto 3. Oregon Trail, which should have been in there already.
Wait, that's Oregon and not Oregon Trail?
Yes, not Oregon Trail, Oregon. The Sims
That's a real game, by the way.
is in there.
That sounds like
Space Invaders has been inducted, and then the two that are important to us.
Zombies.
The Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda is now in the Video Game Hall of Fame, as is the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
So they've both been inducted in there.
yes.
Sonic.
I forget what other Nintendo games are in that Hall of Fame, but I feel like it's only been around for a couple of years now, but I know Mario's in there and some other Nintendo-related stuff. First comment comes from Steel Diver, who's in the IRC right now, and he's the guy that posted the blog on IGN. He says, Zelda would be a better series if Link wore a scarf and slowed down a bit. We're still pissed about that. I think we're kind of over with the scarf thing. I don't think game characters getting scarves anymore. I think we're past that. We have news on Pokemon Company International. They are, according to some Jamoke, I don't know, License Global has provided.
Your sources.
I'm doing it. License Global has put together their list of the top 150 licensors of 2015 in terms of revenue, and number 29 is Pokemon Company International. So just Pokemon Company International has reached over $2 billion in sales for 2015 alone. So if you have friends that think Pokemon is dead,
Kill them.
tell them that. Kill them. Yes, kill them. Take them out now. Yeah, because I know people talk about Pokemon and they're like, Pokemon's still around? And I'm like, yes, Pokemon's more popular now than it ever was. People are like, no, it's not. Well, there you go. G-Man Sir has the first comment, and he says, it's just a fad. That Pokemon fad's going to disappear. Just like, well, I mean, like, all the stuff that, like, popping off of Pokemon is still around. Digimon is still around, and Metabots are still around.
Monster Rancher.
Monster Rancher is coming back.
What?
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
No, it's coming back. GameStop, their CEO talked about Wii U in general, being excited for NX and also Nintendo's mobile efforts. So this is GameStop CEO Paul Raines. He was asked about if there's any excitement for the NX coming from the Power Up Rewards members, because, you know, you can pre-order crap and there's discussion about the system. He says, there's some excitement around NX. Lately here, we've been hearing a lot more buzz than we have in the past. Nintendo is interesting in that they really are able to keep things quiet as they can for a while. And then they just lost their leader, so they've gone through a mourning period and so forth. And then he just says, NX sounds exciting. We're looking forward to it. They're very innovative in everything that they do. I hope that they come out with something exciting and innovative. I think we'll be a dominant distributor of that platform. And then he's asked about the Wii U and why it didn't repeat the Wii's success. And he says, Wii U was disappointing to everybody, including Nintendo. They made some bold bets, and maybe some of them just didn't work out. But they have a lot of creativity there. They're a very innovative group of people, so we never count out Nintendo. And then he goes on to talk about how Pokemon still does well, and Super Mario and Zelda and all those have huge, loyal fan bases. Then he discusses mobile, because Nintendo has very openly said they're using mobile stuff to promote games on their traditional platforms. And he says, yeah, there are a lot of people who've never played a Super Mario game on a DS. A lot of kids today have grown up only playing small games on their phone. As you introduce that exciting Nintendo IP and those characters, they're going to want more of that. We think they'll push them into the stores to see the big games. They'll go, wow, there's actually a game I can play for months instead of just a few days. That'll be good for us. It will be very good for Nintendo as well. And we're very positive on it. So, yeah.
Hey, that makes me think that...
Shockingly level-headed from GameStop.
That like console gaming is actually going to become something that is more inclusive, because like back in the day it was like those kids don't do anything but sit and play those video games, and now it's they don't do anything but sit on their like devices, their phones and their iPads that are like so closed off from everybody else, that now console gaming is becoming something that's more inclusive and
especially because like families can sit around and play a game together. Yeah.
Which is what like we've kind of always done, but not everybody's like that. But like it'll be interesting to see how how console gaming becomes more favorable to like parents and whatnot, because
we're in a weird place right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, we have to see also like the console market is definitely still healthy, and the portable market is okay, but it's not what it used to be because so many people have mobile devices, and that's where they're playing their games.
Right.
So we could see consoles get even bigger and portable stuff just disappear altogether because phones are already taking that place. Like the 3DS is doing well. It's not doing as well as the DS did, but it's doing well. But it'll be interesting to see if mobile stuff can drive customers to perhaps a dedicated portable device in the future.
Like back in the day, I had an NES and I had a Game Boy, but I was more apt to ask for something like a game for my Game Boy because I could take it with me everywhere I went.
Where were you going?
Listen, I went places. I traveled with Gami and Pop very often.
That's true. You're in a car a lot. Right.
And I just had a bag full of batteries.
Because everybody knows how great it is playing a Game Boy on the go.
Oh. Did you have the light?
She had like the everything.
Light and the
magnifier.
Yeah, and it was great.
I had like the giant like slide over magnification thing.
And they were always happy when I played that instead of listening to my Walkman, because when I listened to my Walkman, I sang along with it.
To New Kids on the
Also
Block.
keeps you from fighting
New
with your
Kids on the Block.
siblings.
I didn't have that.
She killed her sibling. That's why they bought the Game Boy. Tim has the first comment, and he says, it's a top-rated comment. Recognizing it as a commercial failure doesn't necessarily mean hating it. It objectively was a commercial failure, a big misstep on Nintendo's behalf. That doesn't mean it wasn't also home to some of the best games of the past few years. There's some fantastic software on the Wii U that a lot of people are missing out on. Well, what a well-reasoned and thought-out comment on the internet of all places. That's one of the best I've ever read. Splatoon is getting its 14th Splatfest. It's global, people. This is a global one. So we're still, people are still a little heated, a little angry after the last one because it was a tough battle. In the battle of who's better, SpongeBob or Patrick.
Oh, right.
Patrick came out on top. Patrick,
really?
I think he did, yeah.
That's where he likes it best.
I think he did. Maybe I'm crazy. But yes, people were very heated about that one. So here's your 14th Splatfest coming from the Splatoon Tumblr. It says, first there was Splatoon and Miitomo. Well, now there's Miitomo and Splatoon. Our next Splatfest theme is brought to you by Miitomo. Would you rather go to... You're all answering this. Would you rather go to a fancy party
or a costume ball?
Or a costume party?
I answered this question already, and if you paid any attention to me on
down.
Miitomo, you would know.
Are you going to tell everybody else?
I chose costume.
Me too.
2 for costume.
So,
Gentlemen?
Because your costume could be fancy.
That's true. You could dress up as Miss Scarlet from.
But isn't a fancy
That's
party
fancy
just a
on
costume party? Because
Yeah,
you
like-
generally wear clothes you don't wear generally.
But if you
agree
wanted
with
to go to a costume party, you could wear whatever costume you wanted. A fancy dress
But
being
if it's a
one of them.
real fancy party, you could go as a fancy pirate.
That's true. That's true.
I'm going with costume party. definitely.
I'm still going costume party.
Yeah,
Don't
all
get
right,
me
I
wrong.
think I
Right.
will too.
Oh, costume party.
You could go to a costume party as a fancy pirate. You go to a fancy party as a fancy pirate. So
Would you wear that sign?
Yes, as long as you are the fancy version of whatever you're going as, then it still counts as
Okay.
dressing up.
well, but I don't know.
So
I mean,
really,
if
we
I was
just want to
having,
do a fancy costume party? then?
Yeah.
if I was having, let's change the details of this evening and do that. If I was having,
I'm down.
if I was having a fancy party though, I would kick out people because it's fancy, and I'd have someone at the door who weren't just plain fancy.
Because you're a jerk.
Well,
No, she's
if I'm having a fancy party, I probably am.
The Splatfest
Who has fancy
begins.
parties?
the Met.
But people have costume parties.
Splatfest begins on May 13th.
I'm gonna go put on
sorry,
my costume.
and ends May 15th.
Oh, I thought you were already wearing.
What are you doing? Oh, you're
I
going.
got a
with that
whiz,
time.
man.
So get in there, get ready to battle for whichever one you think is more important. Top rated comment comes from Nurio. And I don't know what he's talking about. What is this in relation to?
Is he replying to somebody else?
I have to. I need to read the fun. I'll just read his top. I should just read his top rated comment and not explain it. Nurio has a top rated comment, and he says, "If your penis looks like that, you should see a doctor."
Yeah.
You tell me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Looks like what?
Or a wholesale merkin dealer.
I don't know. I need to read the comment. There we go. Swedish Otaku says that hot dog costume looks like a dick
Okay. there we go. Now
So-
for some context.
for the live streamers. There you go. Well, let's. There you go.
So
All
do
right,
you
for
think
you
that
guys.
there's like a mobile
Oh, it.
Oh, sorry.
like Nintendo or someone can come out with like a retrofit so you can like drop your smartphone into it, kind of like these VR devices, and then like play with like a D-pad, and then this way you get rid of like the new DS and all that, and Nintendo could just like sell the games on the Play Store. And
Well, Nintendo is very adamant about
proprietary
not.
devices.
They don't want to just take their existing games and drop them onto mobile. They say they want to specifically create new content made for the mobile audience.
I
Because they're
see.
saying like, obviously there are people that have mobile phones that would love to they do it already anyway, illegally, but they'd love to, just download Super Mario Brothers and play it on their phone.
Right.
But yeah, Nintendo doesn't like that because they want them on devices that are more
Maybe a button.
like they made them for consoles. They want it to be on consoles. So when they're putting stuff on the phone, they're specifically developing it for the phone. And plus, on their other systems, they have the virtual console service. Like on the Wii, you have the Wii.
Yeah.
You can download the old games that way.
I just think it would be cool if you could like bring like the Game Boy shell and then drop your smartphone into it. Then you have the functionality of like the proprietary function
to
controls of
to
Nintendo.
actually have something like official to
Yeah.
play stuff that way. That'd be great. But I also think Nintendo's like,
Oh, they're probably not
people
gonna
are
go for it,
downloading
but
it
yeah,
illegal
yeah,
anyway, so
right.
we're not going to do it. There's new Pokemon Sun and Moon info coming out on May 10th, so very soon. This was confirmed by the official Japanese site, and we have the time breakdown for you guys. It'll be out 8 p.m. East Coast time, or as I said before, New Jersey time 8. So get ready for, I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but it seems like it's going to be the next real bit of information on the two Pokemon games. Chosen One Knuckles says, "I'm ready," and then he gives different times for other people to watch. So yeah, it's next week, same day that Uncharted comes out. So, retailers have talked to MCV UK about the Wii U, the NX, and Nintendo's approach to E3, which is what I asked you guys on Twitter, and we will get to that later. What time are we at? Forget it. You guys can read that on your own. It's just a bunch of retailers talking about the Wii U had good games and people didn't buy it, and they think Nintendo's approach to E3 this year and not revealing the NX at E3 is a good idea because it gives them time. All right, let's do this one because nobody's talking about this one. There's a new cruising game out in arcades right now being tested, like a new Cruising
It's an
USA.
arcade.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. What the hell's an arcade? So the new game is called Cruising Adventure, and it was licensed from Nintendo by a company called Raw Thrills. So Raw Thrills makes if you see a racing game in the arcade, they do
They
all
make
of
a
them.
lot of them.
Yeah. So they got the license for a new cruising game from Nintendo, and they're testing it in a few locations right now. They have test arcade cabinets that you can actually sit down in and drive. But they say they're going to have much fancier cabinets for the full release. And it's designed completely from scratch. It's not a remade cruising game. It's a brand new cruising game. And the arcade cabinet, the only thing worth noting is they brought back the 3 buttons that used to be on the old ones for your camera angles. Other than that, it's steering wheel, gas, and brakes. So, it's nitro speed boosts and all that. Remember that one that the TNA used to have? With the jet ski one where you felt the wind in your face?
Loved
oh my God, that's
What?
amazing.
You let TNA wind blow in your face.
Yeah.
It was
It's
probably
manufactured in the machine. It's okay.
No, it's not.
It was, yeah, so you're riding like a jet ski. You just get blasted with cigarette smoke.
Or
like diesel.
like chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
Chicken fried steak, cigarette smoke, and old coffee breath.
Liquid MSG is what kept you.
Bry Whip Dix says this will be the last Wii U title. Or maybe Bry Whip DX, but Whip Dix sounds better. And finally, our last top story. Miyamoto talked about Star Fox Zero to Nintendo Dream, which is a Japanese Nintendo magazine. And here are the best tidbits of the interview. Miyamoto said he was sitting around looking back on the days when he was a kid and he used to play with this little like model aircraft that he had. And he's like, yeah, I should do a new Star Fox. And that's how it started. And this has been discussed a little bit before. Miyamoto and Nintendo in general were thinking about doing an amiibo for the R-Wing from Star Fox, and they actually wanted it to transform. Thing is, when they got into looking into actually making it, they said it would be too hard to make joints that didn't break after like transforming the amiibo all the time, so they decided against it because they figured it just wouldn't work right. Miyamoto worked as the producer and supervising director on Star Fox Zero. This is the first time he's had that title since Super Mario 64, so he takes this series this series is very near and dear to his heart. And he said he took on the role because he didn't think anybody else could do it, and also because he loves the series. Also, really interesting, Star Fox Guard, which is the complimentary title where you're controlling the cameras to protect the mining facility, blah, blah, blah. That idea has been around in Nintendo since the Super Nintendo days, and apparently they were trying to make a game that could do that since the Super Nintendo games, but they felt that the Wii U gamepad and TV in conjunction with one another made for the perfect way to play that type of game, so that's why it exists. And then finally, we all know Miyamoto famously says that he's not really into stories in video games. He just wants people to like get in there and play. But he says he feels completely opposite when it comes to Star Fox, because he feels the Star Fox universe is so has such rich potential for storylines that he focuses a lot on that kind of stuff in the games. So that's why the Star Fox franchise has grown in story over the years. And that's just a few snippets from that full interview, which is huge. Moldy Clay has a top-rated comment, and he says, number 1, could have just made a non-transforming amiibo or the other Star Fox characters. Number 2, other people absolutely could have made Star Fox without you and not made it repeat 64's story or force things on people. Number 3, if you felt strongly about story, why make it minimal and the same one from 2 games? Come on, Miyamoto. Man, Moldy Clay is angry. Moldy Clay is no longer allowed to comment. I've just decided that.
Oh,
right.
wow.
This is crazy.
He's been on the site.
Just talking about it. Fred Savage.
All right. That's our top stories. Mom Brain,
Yep.
what have you been playing?
Me too, Mom.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, thanks, Mom Brain.
You're
Kirby,
welcome.
what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay, great. Shimmy Shanks, you've never been on the podcast.
Nope, been playing with my son.
Have you been playing any video games?
Oh, video games.
Somebody
Nah.
said I've been playing with
Not-
myself, and I was like,
Nope, son, not in a Fortnite there, Rummy Cowboy. Last game I played was, I think, Call of Duty Modern Warfare
we're just
That was a while ago.
3, and it was fun. But yes, my PS3 has suffered some damage.
Yeah. Did you say damage?
Damage, yes.
What
It was
happened?
left on for an update, and my wife didn't realize how video games work at all. So she took it and stuck it into a cabinet and shut the door. And there's a shelf right above it.
Oh,
inch. Yeah.
No.
So it's on life support.
That's too bad.
That's how you kill PS3s.
Yeah, and pretty much any electronics.
Any electronics, they do need to breathe,
Yeah,
just
that's,
like human beings.
with the stupid cat. always laying on top of the
Yeah.
receiver.
Yeah.
He was doing it last night, so I just turned it off and turned the volume up on the regular TV and lived like a goddamn animal listening to the speakers on the TV.
Hey, that's what I have to do.
Oh, yes, but it's okay if you don't have.
Yes, but
another
you're an
option.
animal, Kirby.
That's what
Hi.
he's saying.
You don't have another. It's okay because you don't have another option set up. I do, and the asshole cat refuses to let me use it. So
Do you think cats know that they're assholes?
yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
There's
they
no
may-
way
They,
they
are,
can.
they do it on purpose.
You can like
See it in their eyes, right?
I think yeah, that's their sole purpose
I
is
agree.
to annoy people. All right, so what have I been playing? I played Uncharted. I don't know what it's called. It's on mobile. It's free. It's like the companion game to Uncharted 4. It's like Fortune Hunter or something. It's basically like, Kirby, have you played the Lara Croft mobile game?
No, but I remember you were. Oh, wait, which one?
Yeah, the good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I played the crappy one. I played the Endless Runner one.
It's kind of it's kind of like that. Like it's top down and it's puzzle related, and you like draw the lines where you want Nathan to go, and there's a piece of treasure in each level you have to get to and pick up in a certain amount of moves. So it's a puzzle game, but it's fun, and plus it's free. So I've been playing that. I also played Pocket. What's it called? Pocket Card Jockey. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, right.
The horse racing solitaire game,
Well, it's the week for
which
it.
is such a weird combination. But everybody that plays it is like, man, this game is great. And I've been playing it, and I'm like, man, this game is great.
What's it called?
Pocket Card Jockey. It is. All right, so I'll explain it to you. All right, so this is how the show goes. I'll tell you since you got no idea. Start off, talk about any like official stuff that's going on with the site, like original content, blah, blah. Then we go into regular news, which we just finished. Then we talk about what we played, and nobody's played anything, apparently. So I'm talking about what I played, and I've been playing this game. So this game is, you're a jockey, and you suck, and you're real bad, but you want to win, and you get trampled by a horse, and you die, and an angel comes in, and it's like, hey, I'll bring you back to life. You can get another chance at winning races. And the guy's like, yeah, but I suck at races. And the angel's like, all right, well, what are you good at? And he's like, I don't know, solitaire. so the angel is like, all right, well, how about I make it you play solitaire, and the better you do a solitaire, the better your horse runs. And the guy's like, okay.
What?
So
It's kind of like the game at the carnival with the balls, where when you roll them, the horse will go
Yeah.
fast.
yeah, it actually is. So this is exactly how it's played. The race starts, and you have like a layout of cards for solitaire, and the better you play, the faster your horse will run.
All right.
And if you clear the board, you'll get a huge boost to your horse. So
Is something I can get on my phone?
no, this is 3DS. Oh, I don't know. No, I think it's only 3DS.
No.
So then you play your solitaire, and then you actually get to control where the horse goes after that. So you draw a line to where you want him to run, like in the back of other horses. Then you play another game of solitaire. Then you draw another line. Then you go into the final stretch. You play your last game of solitaire. And then depending on how well you've done overall, your horse will have a certain amount of stamina.
All right.
And then it becomes actual, like you control the horse as he's running wherever he's going. So you got to weave in and out of the different horses and hopefully win the race.
So it's a true blend of two amazing games.
It is really good. It's one of those games I never thought it would come here because it's so weird. Like I know horse racing is huge in Japan. And it has a following here,
like,
but
what was the name of those videos where we
I
took
was just
bets
thinking those.
on the,
Oh,
there's the
those
guy
are
riding the
nice.
Those are
pants?
nice.
Oh, those were very.
yeah, Joe Shabadoo says it's on phones.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm gonna do now?
Hello, a tall Asian. Is it out on? Is it out on phones in North America? I don't know. Well, I'm playing on 3DS, but yeah, it's really good and it's super addictive. And the only real complaint I have, which it really isn't a complaint,
Graphics?
I don't care about that.
Oh,
okay. The solitaire cards do not look realistic. They
I'm starting more about the horse, but
no, it's like cartoonish horses. The only complaint I have is your solitaire games are timed because you're in a race, but you have a ridiculously long time limit. Like I've never had it ever even come close to me running out of time.
Say
So-
pocket card jockey.
Pocket Card Jockey.
Can you pause the
I can't
game?
find that on my phone.
Well,
Can you pause the game?
yeah. Well, plus, you can do training where you just get to play solitaire and learn how the game works. And you could just play that mode forever if you wanted to. It's just basically regular solitaire.
It's just
but
called
with
solitaire,
horses. It's a really good.
Solitaire sans horse.
That's right. Joe Shabadoo says the wiki page lists iOS and Android. Yeah, I think that's in Japan only. That's not here as far as I know. But it's available on 3DS now. I think it's $7. Sounds about right. So I've been playing that. I think that's it. I played some Mario Kart 8 last night with your sister. She wanted to play.
Wow.
And We Party You, we played that as well. Both were fun. I like We Party You a lot.
Was she Peach? She plays Peach?
She played as Rosalina.
Okay.
You know who Rosalina is?
No.
From Super Mario Galaxy.
Wow.
It's a different princess. A better princess.
A better princess.
Some might say the best.
The best, yes.
The thick princess.
The thicker, yeah. She's.
Oh, that sounds like she'd be better.
She's not like she's not like fat, but she's all right.
I think the word is
She's Amy
curvaceous.
Schumer. All right.
She's voluptuous.
Regular
Well, how do I Google that? What is that princess name?
Just type in Rule 34.
I was just about to say
Rosalina.
Rule 34.
You know what Rule 34 is?
No.
You're about to find
I
out.
learned so much today.
Yeah.
Rule 34 Princess Rosalina image search on Google.
This is a work phone.
Oh,
I'm joking.
then definitely look at it. Yeah, I think that's all I played. I have
Oh, she's blonde.
Yep.
For some reason, the name Rosalina
dark hair.
brings about a dark hair.
She's celestial.
You're thinking of Pauline. That's another one from Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I have.
What is Rule 34? It's still not.
Let me see your phone.
I mean, it's a little risque, but it's not as awesome as I think.
Do you have safe search on your phone?
No.
I gotta look at it on my phone. Yeah, this is. Well, all right. If you scroll down a little.
Let me scroll down. Oh, here we are.
You just have to go down a little bit
What's
further.
up, Paulina?
Rosalina.
Exactly. Oh, she's got bang socks on.
What's up, Paulina?
Is Rule 34 like a
All right, so Rule 34
is it across
is-
the board?
Yes.
Like,
Yes, Rule 34 is if it exists.
is it just for anime though?
No, I'm telling you. Like I
Okay.
said, Rule 34 is if it exists,
Yes.
there's porn for it. So anything
Really?
you want to see porn
That's
for,
the
you type
rule.
in Rule 34 and then
Chocolate chip cookies?
Go,
You
go
try
ahead.
All right, here we go.
Try just cookies at first.
I feel that one might not be what I'm looking for.
So anyway, I was gonna say
Chocolate.
I have Dark Souls 3 unboxed, staring at me, taunting me, and I want to play, but it's also making me nervous. So I'm gonna get into it.
Did you ever finish 2?
No, but I finished Bloodborne.
Oh,
So,
nice.
I mean, that's my greatest gaming achievement ever. I
Yeah,
think.
really. I mean, if you could do blood.
Woo, boy. So that's why Dark Souls 3 was coming out, and I was like, well, I did Bloodborne. Maybe I could. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think that's all that I played, as far as I can remember. All right, let's get to the Twitter question. So you have like 2.
Old school
There
right
you
there.
go.
You got like 30 seconds to get in there and answer the Twitter question if you haven't, and I will read your answers on the podcast, obviously. Oh, I hate this goddamn computer. So my Twitter question was, how do you feel about Nintendo's plans for E3? Do you like that it's just going to be Zelda only and no NX? Do you think that the decision was a misstep? What do you guys want? And I would love to read you the answers as soon as my computer lets me. Here we go. Thank you for all the replies. You guys went crazy like you did last week. First one comes from Alien
It's
Boy.
quite interesting.
Who is that? Oh, all right.
Let me see.
Rule 34 chocolate chip cookies.
Alien Boy VA says, overall, I'm just surprised and confused. I think it's a bit dumb to not bring the NX to E3 since all eyes are on E3. Not sure if they can show Zelda all E3 without people getting bored or spoiling it. I hope this E3 won't be as shovel for Nintendo fans as it sounds. Here's the point. I think that's why Nintendo isn't bringing NX to E3, because all eyes are on the big show, and people are going to be like, Well, let's compare the NX to the Xbox One, or let's compare the NX to PS4. And, who won E3? Was it Nintendo? Was it Sony? Was it all that stuff? I think Nintendo's like, we don't really want to be a part of that this year. Radical Defect says, I've been to the show 4 years in a row. Now I've watched it shrink. I'd argue E3 isn't the juggernaut it once was. The NX reveal could be just as effective if they do their own thing, or even show it off at PAX Prime to the public. Stealth says, best thing they could have done. Master Otenko says, if they do a pre-E3 Nintendo Direct announcing the return of Space World for September, October, which is NX only, then it's okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. It's about time for Nintendo to return to doing Space World, their own thing. Josh Thomas says, it's foolish to ignore the largest gaming event in North America. Only bringing Zelda is ridiculous. Well, I think PAX is bigger. Timothy Honeycutt says, I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
That's Nintendo.
Okay, I'm just reading it as he has on his Twitter.
I'm just saying.
I know the face. I think about that face every night before I go to bed. With Iwata gone,
the
the
only
world
thing you
needs
do?
to be a strong Nintendo. This isn't strong. Colma says, there are plenty of other events where they can show more. Maybe a return of Space World. Mega Jacob says, wise to hold back so it won't be overshadowed by other announcements like the PS4K. Hopefully they have a pre-E3 Direct. Blue Pikmin says, it is the most interesting move Nintendo has made for E3. Moldy Clay says, it seems weird in short term, but is better in long term. It will have a way of working out. Cupcake O'Cyanide says, it's a smart way to opt out of the inevitable who won debates that would distract from the NX. That being said, they'll need to announce a separate date for the real during or shortly after E3. Now, that's a good point. Announce that during E3. Fry Guy 64 says, if the NX isn't ready, but all the devs are now on NX duty, it's sensible. But disappointing, they can't support Wii U as well. The BC97 says E3 is dead. EA, Activision, and Disney won't attend either, so I'm not shocked. Nintendo Doomed says when they announce the NX Direct, the internet will explode later this year. Literally. 753 says Nintendo works in mysterious ways. That's very true.
75309.
Link Triforce says, I'm super excited for more Zelda info. But I think it's very strange to only have one playable game at E3. Cartridge Games says it might have been wise to skip E3 altogether while promising a show later in the summer or something like that. Panners Jr. says Nintendo is in a long-term mode. Nintendo is in long-term mode, sacrificing 2016 for 2017 to 2021 and beyond. It's what a century-old corporation does. Loading Time says if they announce the NX version is coming, some people might even wait. No mention of NX at E3 by third parties equals bad for March. Black Mage ID says showing off the NX at E3 could result in something similar to Super Mario 128 with people wondering what happened to it. So it's smart to hold off on that. For the rest, it's a toss-up. Did they have anything big to show off? Also, Direct is better than E3, considering they can get info to people a lot easier that way. The Smash Tunes says, I think it's probably for the best to avoid being lost in the noise of E3, but only showing Zelda and no Direct? That's bad. Sensei Sense in all capital letters says, missed opportunity. Johnny NX says, it's stupid. Victor HD says, while I'm upset, I understand that only Zelda can steal the spotlight away from the other AAA titles at E3, so why not? Pika Moon says, it's cool they focus on Zelda, but not showing anything else is disappointing. Kind of takes away from the magic of E3. Mario Kart Gamer says, I hate the full focus on Zelda. They should have made one part about Zelda, the other part for upcoming games. Lastly, the NX. Highly and Tom says, I'm oddly calm about it. Nintendo is going to do what Nintendo does, and I have games old and new to play in the meantime. That said, I'm going to celebrate like a little kid when we do get more Zelda NX info. Already have June 14th off of work. Alex Resk says, I don't believe anything good they say until they prove it. Jake Lowe says, I'm sure it's fine in long term, but it's disappointing because I look forward to E3 like a gaming holiday.
How long do you think that battery
Viral G says Nintendo can show off number of products throughout the year without competition from Nintendo Directs. Dom95 says relevant. Number 1, VR. Number 2, PS4 Neo. Number 3, Xbox 3.14. Number 4, Nintendo isn't relevant anymore, struggling to stay relevant. Tom says, foolish. A 1-hour Treehouse stream and one game playable on the show floor is ridiculous. They should have at least included other 3DS and Wii U games. Storytime 7 says, big mistake. John Antwine says, it's a bit risky. I'm hoping it buys Nintendo enough time to wow us with NX software and hardware reveal later on. Haddock says, who's ready for E3 bingo? And it's an E3 bingo card for Nintendo that just says Zelda on every spot. Manuel64 Ayala says, showing NX at a later time sounds okay. Not showing anything. Whoops. But Zelda is a stupid thing. Lapis Loves Law says, I think this is more about the relevance of E3 than it is about the readiness of the NX. E3 is on its way out. Really sad. Joe Cool says, if rumors of Xbox 1.5 and PS4.5 are true, it's the smartest move for Nintendo to let them play their hands at E3 before revealing NX. If NX is coming next spring, Nintendo will want to announce it ahead of Christmas after learning how to counter the PS4. G-Man Sarah leaves a comment for PC who unfortunately couldn't make it. He says, it means no Daisy at E3, which is always a good thing. The Master Thief says, I feel Nintendo is creating an event for NX and possibly showcase other Nintendo goodies, such as Pokemon. RyStar640 says, the excitement of the unknown surprises was the best. Now that I know what's happening, I have no reason to be excited. Dutch Poet says, I think it's wise. Think it means new Zelda is their biggest game ever. Maybe focus on new 3DS is needed to before focus on NX. Metro EXE says, bad idea, but we'll see how it works out for them. It's Ben JP says, a little bit disappointed, but I'm glad they are setting out expectations rather than letting people get their hopes up. Oh, that's Steister. He ends up with Steister. Mickey Mouse says, I'm ready. I'm really excited to get more. God damn it. I'm really excited to hear more about Zelda, especially since we haven't had anything new about it in so long. But I do think it's strange that they won't have other playable games at E3. I hope they have it playable at the Nintendo Store and why. Link Triforce, didn't we do you already? Link Triforce says they better have a big press event in September, October, along with a special Nintendo Direct to show the NX off to everyone. Joshy C89 says, I don't think it will matter that much. They can do their own reveal through a Direct at any time. I'll take any Zelda info. Are you getting music ready?
Well, I'll turn it.
Don't look. Avert your eyes. Cody says, one of the stupidest decisions from the company that makes a lot of them. Andres Lopez says, just a recovery from the Wii U stuff. Paunchberry says it will be an elaborate funeral procession for the Wii U. Yeah, that's true. Colin Langan says, hard to say. We don't know what the reasoning is yet. It'll be easier to look back on it after the NX is revealed. Lord of Games says, all kinds of just plain wrong. Steel Diver says, too early to say. We don't know what will be shown in Direct. Not anything NX, but maybe 3DS. Also, Freaky Forms 2 Wii U. That would be great, but I doubt it. Ed Comment says, should have done it like the PS4 announcement. A taster of first party, some third parties, and indies, then info dump later. Sonic Keyblade says, personally, I think Nintendo is underestimating E3. E3 is still relevant. Big N looks like they don't care about the West. Angry Esper94 says, if they dedicate an entire event and go balls out for the NX reveal, then it'd be worth it. Hyped. Knight of Hyrule says, missed opportunity. They're abandoning the current system, so they must promote the future. Botched mixed messages. Logan Ryan says, I think they could have definitely revealed some games for the NX without doing a reveal of the system. Loading Time says, I hope at least third parties mention something about it at E3. Any multi-platform games coming to NX will die if they come late. Kem the Sun says, I'm fine with it as long as they don't hold off the NX info too long after E3. I'll miss the hype, though. Shadow Fuzzy says, wise if NX isn't ready, plus they sure want to get everything right with the unveiling. I hope they do so in September at the latest. Starkweather says, both. Oh, Tyler says, as long as the NX reveal isn't too far after, I think it'll be fine. Nintendo Addict 8 says, I think it was a bad idea. It would have been a better idea to show off the NX. It's Not Steven says, will only serve to increase their relevance versus the bigger, more exciting stuff being promised to come out. TR Brody says, missed chance to hype to mainstream. No one but Nintendo fans care about Directs. And finally, generic username says, there probably will be more focus on PS4K than NX. I think we'll see a Direct before E3 for Zelda. We'll see how it goes. Wow, thank you for all the responses. That was a lot. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's do some music, damn it.
Let's do some G-dang music. All right. So the first song we have comes from our pal, Bowling for Bear. Are you going to tell Shimmy Shanks how this goes?
She's going to play a song. If you know it, guess it. The game it came from. That's it. I feel so dumb because I know this. Oh, this is Wario Land Shake It.
It is Wario Land Shake It.
I was like, I just heard this.
You got it. That was from Bowling for Bear, and it was.
I wonder if he was influenced by my parents playing.
Well, if he was,
I was.
No, he couldn't have been because this is probably a 100-year-old
Maybe
email.
it's not.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you, Bowling for Bear. This one comes from Andy the Zombie.
Castlevania something.
No?
That was gonna be my guess.
Bayonetta something.
Nope.
Oh, this is Resident Evil.
Oh, I was just going to say
4?
5.
1. Umbrella Chronicles.
4, 3, 5, 1,
2.
2.
I don't know why I guess 5.
That's for Jim Michaels right there.
Let this one
You can have nightmares.
All right, next one.
Oh, okay.
play at the costume party.
Yeah. Well, let's cleanse the palate with one from Rat Mastered.
Clearly, this was one you thought I would know.
You know it. You played it.
Animal Crossing?
Play a lot of stuff.
But you're kind of going down the right track, sort of.
Donkey Kong 64?
Nope.
So it's first party.
First party.
Animal Crossing is on the right
Well,
track.
because it's first party.
All right.
Chips in there.
Yeah, that could mean a Mario game. Is it a Mario game?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So can I have a system?
Cube.
Is it Mario Sunshine?
Sure is.
Man, what's that in Sunshine? I don't remember that.
I
I haven't played Sunshine
the
in a long
file
time.
select.
Oh man, good choice. Good choice.
So that was from Rat Mastered, and it was Sunshine. This one comes from Corbin Dallas.
All right, it's got to be an RPG.
I don't know.
All right, so then we'll go through the. All right, so let's say. All right, let's say Wii or Wii U. All right, so let's guess Xenoblade Chronicles, The Last Story.
No.
Maybe it's not an RPG. People send them to us. Where can you send music to?
GNpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Where?
GNpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Write that down. That's GN
That's right.
podcast music.
That's correct.
What the hell is this from? This is Wii. Oh, is it, how about... Ah, damn it! Pandora's Tower?
No.
What was it even? Tower of Pandora? I don't know. Go ahead. Oh, no. Is it like, Oh, damn it. Damn it. Go ahead.
Opuna.
Oh, it was an RPG. Son of a bitch.
All
I'm
right.
always like, that's a great soundtrack. Well, now I'm a liar.
Hey, man.
So that came from Corbin Dallas,
Hey, we're allowed to say bitch.
and it was
I just usually
Opuna.
don't.
Yeah, when it comes to music trivia,
This
though.
one comes to us from CJ. Hold on to your pants, boys. Cover art is terrifying.
Jesus Christ, this is a mess of a song. Alright, I gotta get Super Nintendo.
It is.
Super Nintendo?
No.
Yeah, crazy covers on Super Nintendo.
Really scary. Hurry
Secret
up.
of Evermore.
No.
Secret of Mana. That's not scary cover. What's a scary cover on Super Nintendo?
Well, I mean, keep in mind it's not right.
Yeah, statues are.
No, it's actually scary.
Jesus Christ, I don't know what this is. I got nothing.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll show you. It was Primal Rage.
Oh my
Look at
god,
that.
really?
That's
Let
terrifying.
me see.
I don't remember the music from Primal Rage. I remember
So
Primal Rage.
scary.
God
Look
damn
at
it.
my big teeth.
Ooh.
Is it a baboon?
It's
That's
something.
monkey.
Do you play?
It's a
You never
primate.
played Primal Rage? It was like it came out shortly after Mortal Kombat, and it was basically like movie monsters, but not really.
Ooh.
Yeah,
But
they
it
were
was like Mortal Kombat.
Like with dinosaurs and
And farting and blood and piss.
Was it bad?
It wasn't terrible. And you could like eat humans. It was a fighting game with giant monsters. That's
All right.
Well, in any event, that was from CJ, and it was Primal Rage on the SNES. This one comes from Dorgan.
yeah, I picked at this one by mistake.
Damn it, Kirby, I need you.
I was looking to figure it out.
Kirby, is it a Konami game?
It's not.
Capcom.
Is it a ninja?
What system is this?
This is Cube.
Luigi's Mansion.
I don't want to lose another one. They have a good music base. Okay, is this Killer 7?
No,
Fart.
Art is correct.
Is this product number 3?
No,
What is this thing? All right, is it Beautiful Joe?
it's not.
It sounds like something that would be in a platinum game.
Right.
It's,
Sounds like the
is it a Clover game? Oh God, what the hell is this? Is it Japanese, like very Japanese?
No.
Oh boy.
I was with you on that.
All right, so let's add all this together. It's bad. It's got voices. This leads me to one franchise, so it's got to be Sonic
Yes.
something. Sonic. Well, let's just start. Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure. Okay.
You're right.
I should have just trusted my instincts in the beginning. It's bad and it's got voices.
So
Sonic.
that was from Dorgan. It was Sonic Adventure.
Let me preface that. I love Sonic music. A lot of great Sonic music and a lot of great Sonic games have great Sonic music, but the adventure games, a little lacking.
This one comes from Will Natsuteki. It's coming.
Uh-oh, hurry, doesn't
Okay, I know this is a Godzilla game.
Yeah.
Destroy all monsters. Come on, give it to me. It's Godzilla
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Godzilla.
Super
Because it was on Super Nintendo. Good. That was from Will Natsuteki. It was on Super Godzilla.
That's another game I remember. It's another game. It's
You
game music.
own it?
No, it's it's from watching the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh,
He did a
okay.
Godzilla episode.
Oh, of course he owns it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I guess one of these, I get $1,000. Is that
In internet money, yeah.
right?
Sure.
Of course, Bitcoin.
Here comes one from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks.
That sounds like Donkey Kong.
I mean, instruments are right, but it's real bad. How about less than the unlikely?
No.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, get a jungle body.
It is not a jungle game.
It could be in a jungle.
Contra.
Super
Nope.
Come on, Contra's got good music.
Great music. Did we get the system or no?
I couldn't even tell you the system. That's what I was going to say.
64.
Congo.
All right, 64, where every game had bad music. How about Beetle Adventure Racing?
No.
64, shit. Oh, sorry, Shovel Age 64 game.
It's the one where you can see.
How about a Turok game?
Nope.
Good guess though.
Jungles, right?
They did have jungles.
How about Bio Freaks? One day it's going to be Bio Freaks.
Earthworm Jim.
N64.
Oh, is it War Gods?
Oh, good guess. That checks all the boxes. Man, that's a good guess.
Mace the Dark Ages.
It's another good guess.
I'm just
man.
naming all the games.
All right, how about
Is it a
how
military?
about Shadow Man?
Nope.
All right, I give up.
It is Bug's Life.
Jesus,
It's pretty
Christ.
close with
Like
Earthworm
the
Jim.
movie?
There you go. Yeah. a
We
bunch
get
of-
half points for Earthworm Jim.
That movie didn't even take
That's
place.
500
back then.
Bitcoin.
Is that like a 64 time period movie?
What?
Like that was around when the
Yeah.
64 was
Yeah.
out?
That's
I
kind of
thought it was
scary.
that old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that was from Jet Jaguar. Here comes
Man,
one.
good one, Jet Jaguar.
Wired.
You asshole. Arkanoid?
Yeah.
And that's about all the music you get in that game. You know, little ball, hit the bricks. That's it. Or breakout if you prefer.
Or breakout.
Or
But that's
Jocko is my
Arkanoid.
Or
iPod called it.
alleyway.
Or alleyway, yes, another one.
Last
They
song.
had like 12 different.
Or Pong when you're only one person.
Yes.
But the bricks don't break. It's fine.
You just have one brick on the other side, and it's unbreakable.
That's right.
Unbreakable. This one comes from Mikey3319.
Luigi's Mansion.
No.
Son of
Sounds
a.
like Super Nintendo.
Uh,
Oh no, it sounds like.
It sounds like home.
Hold on, let me hear it. It sounds like DS.
Is it first party?
It is first party.
Okay, let's guess a Mario and Luigi game in that
No.
one.
It's not even-
Stupid music.
Oh, is it a Zelda game?
Nope.
Alright, it's not a Kirby game.
Nope.
This is first party
Sure is.
on DS. It's got a real RPG feel to it, but like a Square Enix RPG, not a Nintendo one. If it's first party, I'm not kidding. Well, let's keep in mind it's first party, and she knows it's first party, so that eliminates a few first parties she doesn't know. God, I don't want to give up on it.
It's not an Animal Crossing.
It's not.
First party DS. It sounds like this. All right, let's go. Just go first party. It's not Metroid.
No.
It's not Mario Kart. It's not Smash Brothers.
No.
It's not Kirby. It's not Animal Crossing. It's not Luigi's Mansion. It's not Fire Emblem. It's not. Is it Advance Wars? It's not Advance Wars. It's not Pikmin. It's not. All right, Pokemon something?
Nope.
Oh, damn it! That was my in.
Yeah, that's one we always.
Yeah. What else is first party?
That's
Is it a
pretty,
franchise?
Oh, who's the little guy?
Chibi Robo?
Clack.
No.
He throws the thing.
Sorry.
He's like black and white. Mr. Somebody.
Game & Watch?
Yeah.
You didn't
No,
have
I wish it was though. 'Cause
All right, go ahead. We don't know it. Yeah, come on.
Super Princess Peach.
Oh, damn it! I said it was a Mario game, and you're like, no,
It's not.
it's a Peach
She
game.
has her own game.
Yeah, what does Peach do in that game?
She needs help. She floats and cries.
What does she do?
She cries.
She's saving
It's like
Mario
all
in that
women
game.
in video games.
You ruined that for us. It's your fault.
All right.
Go ahead. How many we get?
Well, I don't know.
God damn it.
Arkanoid
Like
and Super
6?
Godzilla, so that's 2. Sonic Adventure 3.
Bad
Sunshine
music.
4. Resident Evil 5 or 6.
Bad week. Bad
Oh.
week. We've been doing so good, too. Oh, well. What are you going to do? It's your fault. You're new to the show.
It's definitely my
fault.
Well,
When in
I
doubt, it's my fault.
was hoping to leave you guys with a little song that it's been a while since I've heard. Do you mind?
I do mind.
Then I'll play it
Not
after.
very much.
Busted.
Well, there's nothing like ending the show with dead air until you set this up.
No, I was. You said you do mine. So
Go ahead,
I'll
do
wait
it.
until the show's
I'm not
over.
gonna end the show and let people not know what you're doing. Oh, it hasn't been that long.
It's been a while.
Didn't I just say that? Did I not just say busted?
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We're not really done.
We're
Just letting you know that. The live stream's still going on.
Yeah, we're
We got like 2 minutes
recording.
until it's over. Just in case you want to say
So I
how
should
much
keep-
you
Talk
hate
about the
someone.
rule
I should
34.
Keep my clothes on.
No, it's after the
Oh.
show. You can do whatever you want. All right, if anybody in the IRC has questions, feel free to ask. I'm gonna see if everybody got that. Yeah, of course. Arctic Thunder, yeah, that's the game, Coleman.
Yes. You see her Game Boy?
Yeah, I had not that one, but I had the screen, but I didn't have the speakers. No. I love that. Oh, that's great. Like instead of just using headphones, somebody got like giant,
Yes.
Oh, the speaker.
crappy speakers for the Game Boy. Link Triforce is talking about the My song and how much he loves it. It's a good song. What if we could? Coleman says, I think I need to be in the podcast as the game that will be like, yeah, that game you're thinking of is this. Well, we could use all the help we need. Or
Yeah, we need some new blood.
Yeah, you're really good with that. Yes, being able to come up with the answer to the game I'm trying to think of because my head's a mess. I've played so much stuff and I retain, I'd say 75% of it.
My problem is I haven't played enough stuff. At least, not since the 90s.
But when it comes to the music section, you and I are good for playing off of each other. You always fill the gaps that I'm missing.
All right, enough of these.
All right, guys, the show is done exporting. We're out of here. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. I'll make sure I reprimand PC for not being here. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.